Let's keep it rolling in Rosemont. Team Alexander and Team Romero. Game 2 of our doubleheader on opening night. Always have a flyover when you're here at Parkway Bank Sports Complex. That's the two-time All-American Kenzie Fowler. I'm Chucky Kemp. Pitcher's duel, and then the big swing from Kelsey Harshman, and that's how we kick the season off.
Why not? It was electric. What a pitcher's performance between Megan Framo, Alyssa Denham. Taylor McQuillan came in to shut the game. But then how about this second game that we have on deck here? You have the defending champ in Odyssey Alexander looking to defend her title against a rookie debut in Lexi Kilfoyle. A lot of people have been waiting for her debut here at AU.
Wildcat in the booth, and you got the Wildcat pitchers doing it for you in
That's
game
right.
1. That's how it goes, looking out for each other. But we do have the rookie Lexi Kilfoyle going up against a really tough lineup for Odyssey Alexander, led off by Aubrey Leach, who was one of the best hitters at AUX in Wichita earlier this summer. Kayla Kowalik Bubba Nichols is the AUX champion for this summer. One of 4 champions in this field of players. Mia Davidson, she has been knocking on the door herself. We'll see if she can get over the hump as well. She was 3rd at AUX last season. And here she is, the debut for Lexi Kilfoyle in her rookie season out of Land O'Lakes, Florida. Played her college ball at Oklahoma State after starting at Alabama, one of 15 players drafted this year. Played for Team USA at the Japan All-Star Series, and she was exceptional this season for the Cowgirls. 26-5 with a 1.20 ERA.
And it just speaks to the talent for Lexi Kilfoyle that Sydney Romero, the captain, was her first pick. This is so many elite players in this league. It's the best of the best, but your first pick as a rookie, that just speaks volumes.
First pitch to Aubrey Leach outside, ball 1. Aubrey Leach in year 4 from the Woodlands, Texas. Played her college ball at Tennessee, and she hasn't left Knoxville since. She's been a member of the coaching staff as a grad assistant. Just graduated from law school in May. Not a lot of slow days for Aubrey Leach. She stays busy, whether it's on the field or off it. Swings at the 1-1 pitch and fouls it off 1-2. Kilfoyle jumps ahead. The wind has calmed down just a little bit, down to about 7 miles per hour from right field to left field. About 73 degrees here in Rosemont tonight. Beautiful evening for opening day. We still have 4 more games coming your way this weekend. Tomorrow, a doubleheader, a little earlier start tomorrow, and then we'll wrap up Series 1 on Sunday. This championship season spans 5 weekends, 30 total games. Full count to start things off for Kilfoyle. Spent her final 2 college seasons at Oklahoma State. 3-2. That's fouled back. I asked you earlier, what would you tell a hitter entering this league? What would you tell Lexi Kilfoyle? How does she have success?
Oof. Just breathe. Don't let the hitters overwhelm you. It's kind of the same thing. Like, don't change your strategy. It is going to be a little different because you have someone else calling pitches for the first time in the last 4 or 5 years in your career, where you're in the college game and 99% of the time your pitching coach is the one that's calling the pitches. And you get to this league, it is a bunch of self-made women. You are out here making decisions on the fly, on your own, with new teammates. She's got one of the best, though, to ever do it behind the plate in Taylor Edwards. Might be, honestly, the best pitch caller in the league.
That does seem to be the consensus opinion. That just misses inside to Aubrey Leach, who starts her season off with 10 points as she gets the walk to lead off the game.
There's not much of a scouting report for these veterans against Lexi Kilfoyle. They don't have the ABs like they do maybe against an Odyssey Alexander or an Alyssa Denham. So that's a great job by Aubrey Leach right there. A veteran at the top of the lineup, setting the tone and seeing a lot of pitches.
From veteran to not a rookie, second-year pro, but first in Athletes Unlimited, Kayla Kowalik. New Braunfels, Texas, played her college ball at Kentucky. She just went with Team USA to the Japan All-Star Series July 4th through the 8th. Her former college coach, Rachel Lawson, was an assistant coach on that team. Also went with Erin Koffel, her former teammate, who we saw at third base in Game 1. Wallach down 0-2. Staying alive, fighting pitches off down the left field line.
You can see Kayla Wallach, she's not even swinging through her swing. She's just trying to poke and go. Recognizing that we all know that Lexi Kilfoyle has one of the best drop balls in the game, and so respecting the fact that I'm not going to try and power up too much, see the ball deep, and take what she gives me, which is probably going to be something down in the zone.
2-4 outside for ball one. A lot of veterans behind Kilfoyle defensively. Wiz at third, the Romero sisters up the middle, Kelsey Stewart-Hunter at first, Haley McClenny out in center field, and Edwards behind the plate. Slow roller left side. Wiz going to go to first to get the first out. Here's the top 5 on the leaderboard. This is after MVP points. Kelsey Harshman, Taylor McQuillan, and Alyssa Denham, the top 3. Good start for Team Denham. They swept 120 available win points in that first game, 70 for the innings and 50 for the game itself, thanks to Kelsey Harshman's solo home run in the bottom of the 6th.
Sashel Palacios and Jordan Roberts each getting a hit in that game where there were just not many hits at all in that pitcher's duel.
Good spot from Kilfoyle right there to get strike one. .6'2" righty in the circle. Get the call there on the outside corner against Bubba Nichols, the 2024 AUX champion. Finished just 6 points clear of Jocelyn Allo in second place. Had to come back on the final day and win both of her games. Probably the most drama we've seen to finish a season ever earlier this summer. Bubba hit 5 home runs, drove in 11 runs in Wichita. Swings through that, 3-2.
You can feel the velocity with which Lexi Kilfoyle throws with 70 miles an hour, very similar to what we were seeing with Megan Framo in Game 1.
3-2. Bubba right side, base hit. Leach getting waved around, throw coming home, and not in time. Aubrey Leach scores. Bubba Nichols picking up right where she left off with an RBI single.
She's so smooth in the way she hits. Talking about the velocity that Lexi Kilfoyle is going to give you as a hitter, and that ball's up a little bit for a drop ball and just hits it so simply. Outside, almost on a tee. This is exactly where I'm gonna put it. Through the right side, Aubrey Leach, a ton of speed at second base. See Leach, as soon as she sees it through the right side, she's on her horse the whole way, sliding in head first.
Catches the inside corner to Mia Davidson. This is power on power right here. Davidson, the SEC career home run record holder with 92 in her Mississippi State career. Kilfoyle wanted that pitch. Falls behind 2-1. There's the big swing from Davidson.
Almost looks like there was a little bit taken off of that pitch. Mia was a little bit out in front. I haven't seen a true changeup from Kilfoyle. Everything's just been down in the zone, hard with the drop.
2-2, one away, Nichols on first. Just misses from Kilfoyle, full count. The first run of game one came from the 46th batter. In game two, it's come from the third batter. There it is. Davidson goes down looking, and it looked like she knew it.
I like that Lexi Kilfoyle stuck with this pitch, wasn't getting the call, and just kind of said, you know what, no, I can make a little bit of an adjustment here, give it to me again, and she does just that.
Big out number two right there is now Sam Fisher will take her first hack at it. This is Sam Fisher's final first at bat of a season. She will retire at the conclusion of this championship season in Rosemont. Oh, 1 pitch. Slow roller left side. Wiz on the move and on the run. Dropped it first. Gonna be a close play either way. Fisher able to keep the inning alive.
What do you think? I think she beats it out without the drop. Yeah, I think she was going to beat it out no matter what.
They did rule it an infield single.
It's close enough. Give her 10 points.
That's kind.
It's only her final season
that's
at all.
That's kind for a pitcher in the booth right
that's
now.
True. That's true. Same
Left
play.
side from Nadia Taylor. Wiz fires this one over for out number 3. Kilfoyle lets one come across, but strands a pair. 1-0 after the top of the first. One nothing Team Alexander. We got our first run much earlier here in game 2 of the night. Team Romero coming to the plate for the first time. They send a veteran group to the plate. All but one in this order is a veteran, and it's led off by Haley McClenny, Sydney Romero, and Sierra Romero. So the Romero sisters reunited here in week number 1. Haley McClenny at the top of the order, starting off her final season as a pro. Retired from international ball with Team USA at the World Cup Finals in Italy earlier this month. Now McClenny facing off with Odyssey Alexander, last year's champion. Almost 2,000 total points on the leaderboard. 1,390 win points was a league record. She went 12-3 last year.
It was just so fun to watch her as the season progressed. I feel like she got better every single weekend. And thinking back to last season with her and Denham kind of fighting to the very finish, only 14 points separating them. Remember, they were on the same team for the majority of the season. So there's so much to be said about teams that win and captains that win, and being on a team that can find a way to get those leaderboard points, and all of a sudden, okay, maybe the last weekend we'll go our separate ways and kind of compete head-to-head, captain v. captain, and that's what happened with Odyssey Alexander and Alyssa Denham.
Odyssey with a 2.15 ERA last year, 42 strikeouts and 42 innings pitched. Tough AUX in Wichita with a 10.27 ERA and 15 innings pitched. Just felt like she was so close to having a lot of success there, but a couple calls didn't go her way, and then a couple innings unraveled. McClenny has a full count. No surprise there. Still working counts. Slaps it left side. Short hop. Big throw from Leach and dug out at first. What a play by Nadia Taylor. It's like a 12-inch infielder glove over there, too.
So much had to go perfectly to get Haley McClenny out here. This ball is hit so softly, and that's always advantage of a speedy lefty. Aubrey Leach is getting it off as quick as she can, putting it into the hands of the veteran. The stretch at first base. Nadia Taylor getting it done.
Now Sydney Romero's first at bat. That misses low in the turf, ball one. Sydney and Sierra back to back. Sydney, a first-time captain. Took Sierra in the third round. Upstairs, ball two. Sydney played her college ball at Oklahoma. In her fourth season, Sierra returned after a knee injury. She made her debut in the 2022 AUX, so she's in her third season of Athletes Unlimited. Hail from Murrieta, California, and Sierra, of course, Michigan Hall of Famer for the Wolverines, and Carol Hutchins. Inside, ball four. We'll get our first star of the stands of this championship season. It's Georgina Corrick in her third season out of South Florida. Georgina, opening night. Okay, not quite the start you wanted, but still exciting to be back here in Rosemont, right?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I mean, can you really ask for a better first game than, you know, a 1-0 start? Megan Framo, obviously my teammate, throwing phenomenally in the mound. You had Kat come in and just give some great closing innings. It's the, you know, exactly what you want to come out here and do is see great pitching and then see some great hitting as well. Well,
for opening night, let's speak to the crowd. I know you're surrounded by some fans to your left and to your right, but how about all this crowd turning out?
Sorry, can you say that one again?
Yeah, I was just mentioning the crowd that we have here on hand for opening night.
I know, this is incredible. I'm surrounded by some really, really cool people. I've got a pitcher over here to my left. I've got a catcher and a first baseman back here that are just here to learn about the game and watch some of the greatest do what they do.
Break down the pitching duels. I mean, you kind of touched on it with Megan and Alyssa Denham and then Taylor McQuillan as well. What did you see in the dugout?
I think, especially as a pitcher, I'm a big pitcher nerd. I saw some really, really competitive pitching approaches. You obviously see Denham come in. She's throwing a lot of spin. Everyone that was coming in was saying, listen, you've got to sit a hard, you've got to sit a soft. Her ball is spinning so much more than you think it is. It's really hard to get good barrel to a spinning ball. And then obviously Taylor McQuillan coming in and shutting it down. The only lefty in the league. She spins the ball better than almost anybody that I've seen coming off of a really successful AUX season. And then obviously you had the overwhelming power of Megan Framo throwing 67, 68, just humming it. 5 or 6 strikeouts on the night. She's someone that anytime she's on the mound, you know you're going to get a really competitive pitching performance from her.
Georgina, we're probably going to see you tomorrow get the ball, of course, but just going into this season, just blank slate, what are you looking to get out of? What is your goal for this season?
I think my greatest challenge is going to be redefining yourself. I think every single year, any of the rookies and the vets that you get to talk to, rookies are coming in off some really, really fresh competition, but the vets are having to find ways to train by themselves and get in the reps by themselves. So it's very difficult sometimes to get the work in that you need to keep improving and keep coming out to this league and being new and exciting. And that's all I want to be, is new and exciting.
Yeah, we see that. We saw so much off speed tonight. That seems something that's kind of come more to the forefront as pitchers, really trying to utilize a changeup or any sort of off-speed pitch. When you talk about redefining yourself, is there somebody in the offseason that you kind of go to, whether it's a player, former coach, to kind of help you figure out how to get to that next level?
Yeah, I'm really fortunate in that I have a great connection with my college coach, Ken Erickson. He was also the head coach of Team USA for a long time, and he's someone that probably knows my pitching form better than I even know it myself. So I've had, you know, a lot of work in trying to redefine myself and come into some new mechanics, and he's someone that I always go to because he knows me better than anybody. He's like looking in a mirror, and he really helps me understand things that you don't even notice about yourself because you see it every single day. And he's someone that I went to a lot in the off season to help me improve and get better.
Hey, keep an eye on this thing. We want the analyst perspective again later when we come visit with you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. You're doing a great job, I think, by yourself.
Thanks, Georgina. Oh, Georgina Corrick, great perspective from her now in her third season. She has like one of my all-time favorite performances in Athletes Unlimited to cap off the AUX season in 2022 in San Diego through a complete game, and the game went 10 innings. I think she threw 230 pitches. It was unbelievable.
I do have a guest little box here. We have an extra headset. If she wants to come up and give us more analysis, I mean, she was breaking it down.
I'm going to be out of a job if she comes up in the booth.
Kick you out. Georgina's in.
Edwards swings underneath it. Good start for Odyssey Alexander and company. 10-inning win points, and Odyssey outside the walk, really looking good. Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball is sponsored by Mizuno. Lovely Rosemont, Illinois, just outside Chicago. Got the entertainment district right across the street. This is a great spot to catch a softball game and a lot more. Great crowds tonight on opening night of the championship season, the 5th ever Athletes Unlimited Championship season. 1-0. Team Alexander leading Team Romero. All Odyssey Alexander did last year was win. That's how she was able to be crowned the 4th ever champion of Athletes Unlimited Softball. But Lexi Kilfoyle back in the circle for Team Romero, led by Sydney. It's in there for strike 1 to Kaylee Harding, the rookie out of Florida State. It's in there, strike 2. You ever seen somebody have 9 RBIs in a game and lose?
Ouch.
Yeah, Kaylee Harding on the final day of the AUX season. A AUX record, an AU record, 9 RBIs in a game in a losing effort, 13-12 in extra innings.
It's like the equivalent of throwing a no-hitter and losing as a pitcher.
Yeah.
Did everything I could. Needed those 50 points.
Ooh. The dugout foul ball. Behind 1-2.
It's a fun matchup here because you have 2 rookies.
Yeah, fresh off the college seasons. Oklahoma State versus Florida State. 1-2 from Kilfoyle off the handle into the netting. Kilfoyle getting the nod over the likes of Rachel Garcia, Alicia Ocasio, and Peyton Gottschall, the other 3 pitchers on this staff for Team Romero. That just misses.
I think Sydney Romero was just so smart in the way she was able to draft Lexi Kilfoyle and, of course, Rachel Garcia, one of the best pitchers in the world and in the league, just because of how different they are. Kilfoyle's down in the zone. We all know Rachel Garcia has got that rise and up in the zone. Love the off speed there from Lexi. That's the first really true changeup that we've seen in this game. Couldn't have come at a better time. Setting her up with the drop, going hard, velocity 7 miles an hour, and you're not expecting this as a hitter. You're sitting something slow and you could see, or something fast, and you can see how far out in front Kaylee Harding. Just respect it, a little bit of a smile there. It's a nice pitch from Lexi.
Strike 1 to Odyssey Alexander. Let's go to Savannah with more on Lexi Kilfoyle.
Yeah, Sydney Romero said she felt like she knew something that everybody else didn't at the draft this week, and it was the fact that in scrimmages, Lexi Kilfoyle only faced 1 team. She only saw a handful of batters, and Sydney Romero was one of those batters. And she saw, you know, what Kilfoyle had, and she said, I have no interest in facing that in week 1. She talked about how Kilfoyle has this really big presence on the mound that sometimes as a hitter can get into your head. She consistently hits the 70s and has a nasty drop ball, is Sydney's words. She really described her as somebody that is hard to adjust to, and she felt like she kind of has this secret weapon in week 1, as so many of these hitters have never faced Lexi Kilfoyle to start off the season on a good note for this purple squad.
That's exactly right. When you can draft a rookie where the veterans have not had any at-bats off of this arm, you're going to take that, absolutely. And we were just talking to Georgina Korick, and you heard it from Melissa Denham in the Gap Show. Like, the veteran pitchers feel like they have to redevelop themselves and reestablish different pitches because the hitters, year after year, they get comfortable. They just do. It's more reps, more times it's going to benefit the offense, and so you get a rookie with a fresh arm, a completely different look. I think it's a really smart pick from Sydney Romero.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Kilfoyle. This one looking.
And this one's in on the drop. Her drop almost runs into right-handed hitters, the way she's able to kind of angle her body. It's not a screwball at all, but just a slight angle where it's going down, but it's righting in. It's a tough pitch, 70 miles an hour. Oof.
Out of the 9-hole, Sydney McKinney hit .429 in both of her AUX seasons. Debuted last year at AUX here in Rosemont and then again in Wichita, where she is very comfortable. She played her college ball at Wichita State. One of the best ever shockers. And misses ball one, 1-1. Just .222 during the champ season last year. 1-1 runs inside, 2-1. Off speed, that is a foul ball, just off the end of the bat for strike 2.
Taylor was going to be able to catch that. So softly hit.
Yeah, what's the line on that? Like, kind of floated?
Yeah, she would have turned her glove over maybe.
He fights that off. A couple awkward foul balls here.
It's just a testament to the spin that Lexi Kilfoyle puts on her pitches. The pitch prior was an off-speed pitch, the changeup. This one, the drop ball.
Lexi Kilfoyle trying to get out of this inning for her captain, the former Sooner, Sydney Romero. This is rivals trying to help each other out right now. Kilfoyle stabs it in the circle, and that'll do it. 1-2-3 inning here in the second. Back-to-back strikeouts and a ground out of McKinney. Kilfoyle helping out her captain, Sydney Romero. Back in Rosemont, 1-0 Team Alexander leading Team Romero. Going to the bottom of the second chance at the plate for Sydney Romero and company. Well, Bubba Nichols in her 4th season from Merced, California, played her college ball at UCLA. The 2024 AUX champion is here in Rosemont out in center field, and we have her mic'd up. All right, Bubba, what's life like as an Athletes Unlimited champion?
Honestly, it hasn't sunk in yet. I'm just excited to play champ season and just be here right now because AUX is so different from champ season. There's a lot of different faces and different competitors, so I'm excited that I got to be a part of AUX and take home a title, but it's definitely good to be out here and kind of back with week 1 and series 1. It's good to start fresh.
What did you do after AUX and kind of the gap between AUX and AU? Did you rest or did you stay at it? Like, what'd you do?
I honestly rested.
Yeah.
I just kind of knew. Yeah, Kaylee. Nice. Good job. I rested, honestly. And I actually went on my honeymoon with my husband.
Nice. Where'd you go?
We actually went to Tennessee. We went to a place called Bolt Farm Treehouse. So shout out to Bolt Farm Treehouse.
Okay, like country vibes?
Yeah, kind of. It's like very naturey and it's up
Okay.
in the mountains. So
pretty.
It's really nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Take us into your run, especially AUX the last couple of weeks. You kind of turned a corner. You were behind Jocelyn. All of a sudden, your team wins the doubleheader. Like, take us into everything that went into you becoming the champion.
Yeah, honestly, I really wasn't trying to shoot for being a champion. I definitely was just playing free and just having fun. I tell a lot of people I like to play like a kid and have like a childlike spirit. So I feel like I just did that and I competed, and it was good to have a lot of teammates that I played with in the past, like Odyssey and Nadia. She helped me a lot with just keeping my head on and straight and just being able to be grounded throughout AUX and kind of the schedule that they have for us.
Speaking of former teammates, Rachel Garcia at the plate. You got 6 Bruins here in Rosemont. What's going on with UCLA repping the Bruins all year?
It's definitely a big Bruin bubble. It's really cool because I got to play with Rachel and Megan, and then I also got to and Delaney, and I got to be a graduate assistant for Jadelyn and Charlize. So it is cool that I got to be in the softball world at UCLA with all of them. So I really love that, you know, we're all here together now. We get to compete against each other and with each other, but we love seeing each other. We all know each other from school.
Well, Bubba, your resume is so stacked. You've been an Olympian, you're a national champ, you are now an AUX champ. Is there anything left on your softball bucket list that you want to accomplish?
I definitely would love to. I don't know. I love just playing game to game. It would be cool to keep playing Athletes Unlimited as long as I can and see where that takes me, and just see how my body takes me through each year, because it is so different, and I feel really good right now. So I'm honestly open for anything.
Like 4 years, maybe?
I mean, if my body's there, you know, if my knees hang in there and everything hangs in there, then I can do it.
Love it.
Yeah.
How about the rookies, Bubba? You got the coaching experience as a GA at UCLA. Is there anybody rookie class-wise here at Athletes Unlimited you were looking forward to playing with that maybe wasn't at AUX earlier?
Yeah, I got to know Claire Davidson. She's actually on deck during the scrimmages before this, and of course, like Lexi, I played with her on the Junior USA team, and Skylar Wallace, I've watched her just on television and even just scouting when we've played Florida as a GA. So it's really cool to see so many draftees here and get to see how they compete on a professional level, because it is highly competitive and it is different than college ball. So it's really cool to share this field with them.
Bubba, we appreciate the time. Congratulations on earlier this summer, and see if you can go back-to-back here.
Thank you so much.
Ground ball up the middle. They do get the lead runner. That's Bubba Nichols in center field, mic'd up for us. That last day was just incredible, because Bubba had her moments for sure throughout the season, but it was really her as a captain in the final week and some of the other players stepping up big. We always talk about it. If you want to win, if you want to be at the top of the leaderboard, you have to win as a team.
You can just hear how selfless she is, and you know that's going to translate, especially when you're a captain. Just going into that final day where, I mean, she finished ahead of Jocelyn Allo by 6 points, so that tells you how close things were going down to the very last pitch. Just talking to her team, saying, I just want everyone to be on the leaderboard, and so you get that collective energy and that confidence from the top down. And saying, if we can get some dubs here, everyone is going to get some extra money. It's kind of like, you know, golf. You just want to be on the leaderboard. You want to be on the top 10, get a piece of the pie, and, you know, if there's the leaderboard or if there's a leader on top of the leaderboard, great, but I'm just going to take my whole team with me and see how far we can go.
Claire Davidson at the plate, rookie out of Alexandria, Virginia, played her college ball at Duke. First team All-American and ACC Player of the Year as a senior this year for the Blue Devils, led them to their first ever Women's College World Series. Had to go to Columbia in Super Regionals. Duke was one of those teams that thought they got snubbed a little bit in the rankings for the NCAA tournament, so they had to go on the road for Supers, went to Columbia, knocked off the Missouri Tigers to advance to Oklahoma City.
Weren't you on that call for that regional?
The regional, not the Super.
Okay,
yeah.
the regional, yeah.
Then Missouri Duke ended up being really good next weekend.
What a wild postseason it was for college softball.
I appreciate you looking out for me there, partner.
Hey, I'm keeping tracks of everybody. My memory's not very good, but
you said,
try.
I hope I don't have to work with that guy. '40th pitch coming for Odyssey here in just the second inning. 3-2 to Davidson. Hits this hard into right field. That's going to be down against the wall. She's going to have at least 2. The run coming around to score, and we are tied at 1 apiece. That run good for 10 inning win points for everybody on Team Romero. That's your first pro at bat. Pretty good, Claire Davidson.
Not too bad. Quick 20 points. Who knows? Could be a clutch hit down the road, but full count. See something a little bit out in front. It's not her full power, but man, it's enough. You get Kelsey Stewart-Hunter scoring, evening this game up.
Another ACC star, former Mackenzie Clark, I thought just maybe.
You're thinking you were going to get a ball up here.
I thought, you know, I was talking to our stat guy, Rob Geese, earlier about the trajectory the ball would have to take to get up here in the booth, and it's not an easy one, but that was very close.
Yeah, it would have to be a funky one to get all the way up here. Outdoor booth. But if it comes, I mean...
You got it?
I don't know. I'll like box you out and try and go get it.
Yeah. But your glove hand is closest to me. You should be able to...
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Hello. We've got the windows open. It's beautiful out here. Could not ask for a better atmosphere for opening day.
And great games so far, too. A run differential of 1 through almost 9 innings of play so far.
Yep.
Two outs here for Mackenzie Clark out of Clemson. She really lit it up in her first ever taste of pro ball in Wichita. Slow roller left side for Fisher, and even Clark can't beat that one out. Odyssey strands the runner, but 1 apiece. And the win points shared so far, 10 apiece. One hit in game 1 for Kelsey Harshman was the swing of the night. Bottom of the 6th, all tied up in a pitcher's duel at 0, and that swing ended up being worth 220 points for her. The home run, the MVP 1 points, the win for the inning, the win for the game. Our game 1 MVPs brought to you by the U.S. Air Force. Harshman, McQuillan, Denham, 2 pitchers on the same team. Denham went 4, McQuillan came in and went 3. And then Sachel Palacios with the defensive MVP. Love it.
Yeah.
Giving the catcher some love for calling that game.
Hey, you call a shutout? Absolutely. And I love the fact that her peers recognize that, give her those extra points. It's huge.
Oh, man, look what I found. Sydney Romero snags a missile from Aubrey Leach.
Yeah, that's a hot shot. Right place, right time, stick your glove out. So the captain didn't have to jump too much, but it's just quick reaction. You're down, and all of a sudden you got to turn your glove over, be in the right spot.
That smile directed at her sister Sierra, who's playing at second base. Came off the bat at 71.5 miles per hour. Now Kowalik fouls this off for strike 1. 1-1 count. Kilfoyle settling in a little. I mean, Leach got a hold of that, but she's retired 5 straight now, had 2 strikeouts last inning and a slow ground ball.
Yeah, going pitch for pitch with Odyssey Alexander on the other side. 1 run apiece. Both their pitch counts a little bit high, just not what we saw in the first game, especially with Megan Faremo. Pitch count was well under 90 pitches. I mean, our first game was under 2 hours, hour and 45 minutes.
Savannah Collins got extra airtime tonight on the Gap Show. That's what we did. Got her extra camera time. She owes us now.
Shout out to Alyssa Denham and Gwen Speckis. Listening to them and the Gap Show was so much fun. The knowledge that those two have, and you can just tell how much pride they have in playing in this league. It was really...
Oh,
no
God!
way!
Delaney Wiz this time. Stop it.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
What is happening?
These are two balls that you just can't hit any harder between Aubrey Leach and Kayla Kowalik. You just flat out cannot hit the ball harder. And Delaney Wiz saw Sydney Romero to her left have a snag. She's ready. Wow, hot corner for a reason.
That one at 64.5 off the bat, but that was a significant bit closer to the plate for Delaney Wiz over at the hot corner. Now Bubba Nichols. This is into the gap this time, and Bubba coming out of the gates hot here in the championship season. 2 base hits for her so far.
She said, I'm still going to go left side. I just have to hit it over the heads of Sydney Romero and Delaney Wiz. Got it. Don't you love softball, though? You have the lasers from Leach and Kayla Kowalik resulting in outs. Bubba Nichols just going to lift one. Single. That's how it goes.
71 off the bat, 64, and then down to 59, and that's the one that finds a spot. Back-to-back base runners against Kilfoyle now. Davidson hit by a pitch there. It's worth 8 points. So first and second for Sam Fisher. Fisher singled in her first at bat. Watches the 1-0 outside, 2-0.
It was really cool before the game seeing Sam Fisher and Haley McClenny taking a moment. They were having a little photo shoot, getting, you know, it's like first day of school, last day of school type of thing. Two of the best to do it in this league, retiring after the season. So it was just a nice little moment looking down on the field. They were taking some photos on the field, and I'm sure, you know, as the season goes on, things will get a little emotional, but it's just right now like exciting opening day, and you get to share that with someone. That's really cool to me. I'm not in this alone. I'm not making this decision, you know, leaving the season by myself. You get to share that with someone, and I know they're great friends off the field as well, so it just makes that a little bit more sweet.
Think about Sam Fisher, played 4 years in the NPF. This is her 5th year of Athletes Unlimited, almost a decades-long professional career. As Wiz tags out Nichols in the base run, in the baseline. Bruin on Bruin action over there, but how about the defense from Team Romero? First Sydney on the laser up the middle, and then Delaney Wiz says, hey, I can do that too, Captain. Not too bad. 1-1 through 2.5 innings. 10 more inning win points on the line, and the lead up for grabs as Team Romero comes to the plate. Our Sunday night baseball matchup, the series finale at Fenway Park. It's Aaron Judge and the Yankees taking on the All-Star Game MVP Jarren Duran and the Red Sox. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage starting at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific with Baseball Tonight Sunday Night Countdown. And right here on ESPN2, a special StatCast edition presented by Google Cloud. Still hanging out at the ballpark well into the night here in Rosemont on a beautiful evening. Still about 71, 72 degrees here at the ballpark. Odyssey Alexander begins her 3rd inning of work, back to the top of the order against Haley McClenny. Pitch from Odyssey. Just misses ball 2. 2-0, and that does catch the outside corner, strike one. 2-1 count here against Haley McClenny. We've got our star in the stands, Georgina Corrick, back with us. I had to ask you, Georgina, Haley McClenny, her final season as a pro. How do you pitch to her? Such a tough out.
I think the best answer to that is you just don't. But that's my pitcher approach. She is just so good. When you're watching these takes, I always say that she has an eagle eye, number one, obviously, because she's an Olympian for Team USA. So fly, Eagles, fly. But also she is someone who just knows the zone better than anybody else. She's got a flat, hard swing. She's going to sit your off speed. She's going to get on top of a rise ball. You have to kind of keep her guessing because she's going to be so good at just doing that, peppering the side of the field and then using her speed to beat it out.
All right, so now that you've been sitting in your spot for the last couple of innings, you made some friends down there. Who do we have with you?
I have an entire softball team over here. Are you guys okay introducing yourself a little bit? All right, go ahead, give me a little synopsis.
I'm Emmy, and I'm a center fielder.
Nice.
Your name and your position?
My name is Reagan, and I'm a first baseman.
Yeah, I got a bunch of little athletes out here, and I've got a whole back row of wannabe TikTok stars back here as well.
Are you getting involved in the TikTok videos?
I have indeed been recruited for one TikTok. My only premise was please don't make me dance, but Taylor is determined to make me dance.
They should just go for it. Like, just do it in the stands. What's more organic than that?
That is true.
All right, Georgina, we were talking earlier, one of my favorite moments, and I know it didn't end well for you, so you're probably not going to love me bringing this up, but you threw like 235 pitches to finish off the 2022 AUX season. Like, what's your Athletes Unlimited moment that stands out to you as one of your favorites?
Oh gosh, that is actually, believe it or not, I know that the coin didn't end up flipping our direction, but that was kind of one of my favorite moments. It was my rookie season. We're in San Diego. We're surrounded by just amazing athletes. Courtney Gaino is there, and she's one who is retired and has been such a cornerstone of professional softball. And she comes up and hits this ball in like the 10th or 11th inning into the night to, you know, finish the season and kind of cement my prowess as a rookie. And I know it ended up not going my way, but kind of being able to come into that sphere as someone fresh off of college and compete against these great athletes, that is one of my favorite moments of all time, because I think it was able to solidify me in my professional career out here, and has allowed me to come and succeed on the Chicago Stadium as well.
Well, I know you also have a ton of international experience. You play for Team Great Britain, and you know, kind of a sore subject right now. The Olympics are rolling around. Our sport is not in the Olympics, but we are back and better in 2024. You know, is that someplace we can expect to possibly see you? Is that a goal of yours?
That is a goal of mine, actually. I was actually just talking about this. We have these gate questions that usually we start every team practice or team game day with, where you get to ask questions and learn your teammates a lot. And one of Gwen's questions, she's my captain this week, was talk about something that you're really proud of. And this is actually my 10th year now playing with the Great Britain national team. I started when I was 15. And just the growth that I've seen, not only on professional softball, but in international softball as well. GB did not used to have a presence in European softball, and now you can point to some of the greatest athletes in the world that are here at this stadium. You're going to talk about Andrea Filler, Erica Piancastelli playing on the Italian national team. You've got a bunch of Team USA out here in the black and the purple today, and seeing the growth of international softball is something that I am incredibly proud of, and that LA 2028 has been my finish line, that I want to try and help carry GB softball forward into the Olympics and be a part of why international softball is succeeding on that stage.
Well, how does AU kind of help with that international relationship? You're able to play here, refine your skills, play against the best of the best, and then, of course, take it international. Like, how's that relationship for you in the two leagues?
I think it's so important because you realize once you get into the sphere of softball that it is a really small world. And so even though a bunch of us play in Japan, Australia, Europe, America, South America, all of us play all over the world, you realize that you keep bumping into the same people because it is the same amazing athletes that are competing and succeeding at the highest level. So I think having us all meet here at Athletes Unlimited and compete against each other and continue to train and push each other only does increase the caliber of talent that exists all the way across the world. It helps inspire a bunch of these young girls around me that will be the new face of USA softball, of European softball, of international softball, because they are that good and they are the future. And so a big part of what AU does here is lay the bricks for these young athletes to come and succeed and just drive down the path.
And Georgina, we've got chills in the booth right now. Oh my goodness.
I have chills because I'm cold and I played a whole game earlier.
Thank you so much for the time. You're off for the rest of the night. Go enjoy it.
Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Thanks. Georgina Corrick, just a superstar. We're going to have to keep a camera on her for potential TikTok videos in production. Do you do TikTok?
I am an observer,
Okay.
not a partaker.
Okay. That's good.
It's great entertainment on there.
Taylor Edwards down 0-2 against Odyssey Alexander. Pops this one up. This is playable for Nadia Taylor. There's 2 outs. Back-to-back pop-ups after back-to-back base runners here in the bottom of the 3rd.
I just want to wrap up my thought about Georgina Corrick and her international thoughts that she was just, giving us. It's so important for players like her to be in AU and elevate her game personally, learn from the best of the best, compete against the best of the best, and then take her talents to Europe, where, quite frankly, that's where we need to grow our game for us to be able to have softball be in the Paris Olympics and have the respect from the European countries that softball deserves to be at that stage. And it's so important for her. Like, she's a huge person that could help translate that for the next generation and grow the game just by being herself and representing Great Britain and having the talent that she has from, of course, her collegiate experience, but continues to foster here at AU. It's huge.
Not just extremely talented, but the perspective she has and the understanding of the game at an international and a national level. Somebody who can push it forward.
Literally go to Great Britain and teach the game and help her teammates be better, and then teach locals that are, around Great Britain and, coming to games, and, that relationship, it just, trickle down.
Delaney Wiz watches that 0-2 pitch. Odyssey might have wanted that one, I think.
Yeah, I'm with her. Strike all day.
1-2. That misses outside 2-2. That's what I was talking about earlier with Odyssey. She was so close at AUX, but there were a couple moments in Wichita where maybe she didn't get a call, and then something big happened. Now she has to try to limit the damage against Delaney Wiz, who was really good in the condensed AUX season. And that's foul down the left field line.
See her right there with Kayla Kowalik behind the plate, shaking 3 pitches off in a row, trying to get something on the same page, goes to the off-speed pitch. But Odyssey is a pitcher that she has to establish something on the outside part of the plate against right-handed hitters. For her to be successful, her best pitch is her rise ball. So you can't just live upstairs. You have to have something low in the zone, and if you're going to draw it up perfectly, you want to have that kind of be high and in, low and away. Like, that's ideal. So she really needs to establish that outside part of the plate.
2-2 to Wiz. Another foul ball. Delaney recently joining Victoria Hayward on the staff at Nevada. Hayward, the new head coach. That was announced in May, and then she brings in Delaney Wiz as an assistant coach. They were connected at San Diego State on that assistant coaching staff for Stacy Newman-Denise, and now are reunited at Nevada. Wiz, such a tough out. She led AUX with 10 walks and 4 home runs. These batters working counts. 10 of 14 batters tonight have seen 5 or more pitches. Full count to Wiz. Crushes it into left field. Runner coming around to score, and will easily. And then a sweet slide into third base over there by Romero. So Wiz comes through and drives in a run.
The more pitches you're going to see as a batter, it's always going to favor you. And we're seeing the pitch count get high, up into the 70s for Odyssey Alexander. And we're not even into the 4th inning yet. Hitters starting just to be a little bit more comfortable. That was a great at-bat from Delaney Wiz. This is a turf field. I was not a speedster, but that looks fun. Like sliding on turf, that looks really fun. Almost like a slip and slide.
I think Sydney Romero started her slide at like 20 feet from third base and just kind of, how's it going? First and third now for Rachel Garcia. That was an unearned run, which is notable for Odyssey Alexander because she does not lose 10 points. Only earned runs lose pitchers points. There's also an inning win for everybody on Team Romero, so 10 points for all the players on that team. Two champions going head-to-head. Garcia, the champion at AUX in 2023. Here in Rosemont, she falls behind 0-2 to the 2023 championship season champion. Off the end of the bat, right at the center fielder Nichols. That'll do it for the third, but Team Romero on top, 2-1 to finish off day one. Team Romero led by Sydney Romero over Team Alexander as we go to the fourth inning here in Rosemont, Illinois. A very special guest joining us for our first chair chat of the year. The Oregon head coach, Missy Lombardi, just finished up year 6 in Eugene. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. What are you doing in Rosemont?
Just watching a little softball. I love AU. I've been watching it since the first year, so I got an opportunity to come out here, and I'm pumped to be here on opening night.
Well, what do you think of the captain over there at shortstop? How's she doing?
I think she's doing great. I love that left side, so I think she's doing great.
Sydney Romero at shortstop, the captain, assistant coach at Oregon for Missy Lombardi. Coach, did she ask you any tips here running the own team, or is she doing this all on her own?
No, she's got it going on. She was talking to me a little bit about having to draft, and she was doing her research and, you know, excited to see like who she was going to get on her team. So I thought she did really good.
Coach, tell us what Sydney does for you at Oregon.
Sid is great. I had the opportunity to coach her at Oklahoma, and then just when we had an opportunity to get her, I was pumped to get her at Oregon. But she works with our defense. She also works with our hitters, and assists Coach Martyr and Coach Alyssa Palomino Cardoza. And you know, what's awesome is that she's still playing, and our athletes love that. They get to see her train, and I think she's just very, very relatable to our athletes. You know, if they have a field question, I mean, she's playing, and I think she's just able just to have like a really good relationship with her still playing pro ball, and you know, just she's been there, she's done that, she's played on the grandest stage, she's won a couple natties, so we love having her.
I think it's so cool that you allow her, you know, the space to continue her playing career. Is that something that she talked to you going into when you hired her, like, hey, this is something that I would like to continue to do? Is there space for me to do that?
Yes, we definitely spoke about that, and I said, absolutely. You know, we should be able to play this sport as long as we want, just like everybody else. So I'm all for it, and I just think with her playing pro and playing here with AU, what it does for her and for her to live out her dream, but also what it does for our athletes as well.
Coach, after having her as a player and now seeing her in this different role as a coach, what's the contrast? Is there anything that surprised you about her demeanor in this new role?
No, I feel like Sid's always just very calm, cool, just a competitor. You know, she loves to win, and so how I saw her as a player, I see it, you know, on the coaching side too.
And then, Coach, just talk to us about what you like watching, you know, about AU as a fan. You know, of course, you know Sydney, and Gwen is an alum of Oregon. So, like, what is it about AU that draws you in? I
think just the athletes are unbelievable, and I just love like their passion, their desire to be great, just the constant having to change things up because, you know, they're constantly seeing each other over and over. I think that's really cool. I don't know. I just think you just get to come here and see the best of the best. And it's awesome. I love what Sherry's doing. I love what Gwen's doing. Huge fan of what Gwen's doing on and off the field here. Just to see some of our, you know, other former Ducks playing, you know, these guys are getting to live their dream out and continue to play softball as long as they want. And I think that's really, really important.
Well, we have 2 outs here, so you might have to keep your answers short here. But for any Oregon fans listening in, give us a little synopsis about what to expect for 2025.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about 2025. We've got a great young team. I think you're going to see us run a ton. I think you're going to see some good power. I think we're going to really love our pitching staff, and I think our defense is always just really, really excellent. So I'm enjoying the break, but I'm excited for our team to get back and get after it in the fall.
Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck in the Big Ten next year.
Yes, we're looking forward to it. I actually, when I was coming here, I went right past the office. So
hey, you are in Big Ten country right now.
Yes,
yeah,
we are.
Absolutely.
So we're looking forward to it.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time.
All right, thank you.
It's Missy Lombardi, the head coach at Oregon. Spent 21 years at Oklahoma as an assistant and associate head coach under Patty Gasso. Ground ball right side, and perfect timing there from Coach Lombardi as we wrap things up. Sierra Romero retires the final batter. 1, 2, 3 there for Lexi Kilfoyle.
As a captain, well, last year it was a first for me. That was my first time ever. I was a little nervous, but my biggest thing last year was attitude of gratitude and just, stepping on the field, playing free, and just being, me. And that's what I, kind of tried to instill in my teammates, was like, I just want y'all to be y'all. Y'all wouldn't be here if, you weren't a pro, So you just go out there and do what you do, and I'm going to do what I have to do for you guys. And I feel like that's what kind of led us to all the wins and the inning wins and stuff like that. But attitude of gratitude for sure.
Every player on Odyssey's team was real happy last year. She went 12-3. Almost, or set a wins point league record with almost 1,400 on the season. Was great as a captain, 7-2 when she was the captain of her teams. You see that gold patch on her left arm, the year 2023 on it. All the captains get those as Stuart Hunter sends one up the middle to lead off the bottom of the 4th here with a single.
Well, what I remember about Odyssey last season is she pitched a lot. And especially in the later weeks when she was a captain, she would just choose herself time and time again. Even if the score really wasn't favoring her stat point wise, she would just kind of stay in there. Like, I'm going to ride the ship, get some more points, see if I can get some extra strikeouts. And I feel like there's something to that. If you're a pitcher and you can just be out there and have the confidence, especially if you're a captain, writing your own name in your own lineup, to continue to be the one with the ball, and you're going to be on the right side of games, meaning that your team's getting those winning points, that's how you rack it up real quick.
It's a fine line there, right? I mean, we've seen it go both
100%.
ways. You call your name too much and it can go the wrong direction, but got to be aggressive a little bit as the captain.
I mean, I love the fact that she puts herself in the lineup as well. Hit in college, was a great hitter at James Madison, and why not? I'm the captain. If I can get a double here, extra 20 points, or even a walk here and there, yes, I'm gonna go for it.
You hitting if you're the captain?
Oof, depends on what year you're asking me this. If I'm somewhat salvageable, yeah, I'm gonna put myself in there. Go for it. If the situation calls, I can always go deep into my bench if we need a sac bunt here. Maybe that's not my forte, or we really have a runner in third base, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should utilize my bench. You can make those moves, but in a game like this where there's not a ton of action back and forth, yeah.
This is hit deep into left field. Long run for Alchin, back to the wall, and it's gone! The first of Claire Davidson's career had an RBI double earlier and a 2-run shot here for Team Romero.
That's a quick 40 points. She heard me say that there wasn't a ton of action. Here you go, one big swing. This is a ball that just rides up and out a little bit, and it's not a bad pitch. It's just a solid hit from Davidson. This is exactly what she did her entire collegiate career, and Alchin was tracking it back. I thought she might have a play on it, but the ball just carried. Barely sneaking out. It was definitely high enough. It was just whether or not it was going to get over the fence. It's a big swing for a young rookie.
Yeah, I'd say Claire Davidson's acclimating just fine to the pro level after her ACC Player of the Year nod as a senior this season. Hit just 436, 20 doubles, 18 home runs, and 67 RBIs.
Well, I love the fact for Sydney Romero. I know we were just talking to Missy Lombardi. Sydney is now the hitting coach at Oregon, but she was at Duke. She was Claire Davidson's hitting coach at Duke for a couple of years. And so you get to AU, you get a bunch of athletes on the board. Sydney's like, I know exactly what Claire Davidson is capable of. Heck, I coached her. I'm going to do it again right now, put her on my team. And she comes up big for Sydney Romero.
We are going to have a pitching change here. Odyssey will come out, it looks like. We're also going to get a new catcher into the game for Team Alexander. We'll sort everything out in just a moment. Odyssey comes out. Mariah Masson comes in, her championship season debut on the other side.
Up 4 run, tacking on a couple runs here because of Claire Davidson. Your first pro home run, you're having a day, a double 2. What just allowed you to click on day 1 of being a pro?
I think my team, we came out with the energy today. We were really excited, really competitive, and the energy has just been flowing from person to person, and it got to me, and it worked.
This has definitely been a fun dugout to be in. Thanks, Claire. Chucky, back to you.
Yeah, big day for Claire Davidson, and she has been outstanding. 2 at-bats, an RBI double, and a 2-run home run for her, and a big reason why her team is up 4-1 right now. New pitcher in, though, to face the 9-hole Mackenzie Clark. It is Mariah Masson replacing Odyssey Alexander from Tulare, California in her 3rd year. Was 5-2 with a 2.90 ERA in the champ season last year. And Mackenzie quickly has developed into one of the best pitchers in the league and gets Clark to fly out for out number 1.
A lot of defensive changes here for Team Alexander. Mia Davidson comes in, new battery just all together with Mariah and Mia. Calling pitches. Looks like Kayla Kowalik, who was behind the plate, is now in left field. And then Odyssey keeps herself in the game. We were just talking about how you have the ability to do that. She's the one that is making all of these defensive changes. Takes herself out of the game, out of the circle, but keeps herself in the infield at first. We'll continue to see her hit as well.
Back to the top of the order, Haley McClenny looking for her first hit of her final season as a pro. McClenny, part of Alabama's national runner-up team in 2014 to Florida. 4-time All-American, one of 7 in Alabama history. Now works as an analyst as well for SEC Network. Works for Athletes Unlimited off the field. It's fouled back 2-2. It's hard to imagine Team USA without Haley McClenny. She's been so
literally
long.
reading my mind. That my thought exactly was, it's hard to imagine our sport. You said Team USA. I'm going our sport as a whole. Like her being at AU, her being with Team USA. It's amazing how long she's been able to play, obviously, and thank you to AU and the professional leagues for giving her the space to do that, because we've just all been able to be the benefiters of watching her compete and elevating our sport, elevating other outfielders, center fielders. Like, she's on my, I don't know, not short list. I think she's on my Mount Rushmore of center fielders.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it, yeah.
Give me another name that comes to mind with that center field Mount Rushmore as McClenny flies out to Kowalik and left.
Well, I'll go Caitlin Lowe,
Yeah,
Arizona.
I knew it.
Laura Berg for the generation prior to Caitlin. And then I'll do one lower generation, so a newer generation. I'll go Jada Coleman, just with what she was able to do in the collegiate game. 4 national champions. She was in center field for all of them, and we can all just remember every single big moment that she had defensively in center field to help her team and help Oklahoma create the dynasty that they have. So I'll go those 4. Haley McClenny be the 4th.
Yeah. It's a pretty good group. I think you like that as a pitcher with any of them behind you. Romero into right field. There's 3 straight flyouts for Masson coming in, but not before the rookie, Claire Davidson, having a night on opening night. A 2-run shot for Davidson. Team Romero up 3 as we go to the 5th. Purple starting to fill the bottom of the leaderboard there with the win points. Team Romero up 4-1. Let's go into the game now with the U.S. Air Force and Sydney Romero.
I feel her off speed's being more of strikes than her hard right now, huh? Yeah, what did my glove whips? 1. Late. Ugh. I don't know what I did sliding, but it was kind of cool. I want to watch it on replay.
Right? That was the slide. Yeah. I'm so glad we got it.
That's good stuff.
Sydney Romero, the Romero sisters, smooth. Up the middle behind Lexi Kilfoyle, who has settled in really nicely. 10 of the last 12 retired. Hasn't given up an extra base hit. 3 singles, a hit by pitch, and a walk for her. That hits McKinney.
It's cool to listen to Sydney just kind of talk the game, whether she was talking to her sister on her left, or you could kind of hear even in her at bat after the foul ball, talking to herself, oh, you're late, make an adjustment. Just checking to see whether Sydney McKinney was in the box or out of the box when the ball hit her. Trying to drag bunt there. It hits, looks like hit her arm, but it's where your feet are.
Oh, and then she sends one through the 5-6 hole. Single to lead things off for McKinney. Got to start somewhere, and that's a good spot to do it here in the 5th. Week 6 of the PLL schedule begins tomorrow at Tolero Stadium in San Diego. Our featured matchup on ESPN is the Outlaws Cannons at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, followed by the Chaos and Redwoods on ESPN+. Every game can be found on ESPN+ for the full schedule. Go to espnplus.com/PLL. Oh, 1 count here. Aubrey Leach at the plate. So McKinney gets on. Nobody out, and turns it over to the top of the order. 3rd time through against Lexi Kilfoyle.
Well, remember, back in the 3rd inning, it was the defensive highlight gems from Sydney Romero at shortstop and Delaney Wiz at 3rd, but it was Aubrey Leach and Kayla Kowalik who had the best swings of the night against Lexi Kilfoyle, even though they were outs. These are the 2 hitters that really had her number.
Gets ahead 1-2 on Leach, but like so many of the great leadoff and 2-hole hitters in this league, that usually means pretty little for your chances. She has such great bat control, even behind. It does go foul. Preference on turf versus dirt as a pitcher?
I only played on turf a couple of times, and when I did, it was international, and they would put the turf, you know, rubber out there so you could have a place to land and everything, because we were playing on a baseball field. I didn't mind it too much. You just have to make sure you have the right footwear. You have to make sure you can't be mixing up metals with turf or wearing turf shoes on dirt.
The quick lefties love the dirt, though, right? At the plate.
Oh, yeah. I think defenders and infielders like it as well because the hops are usually a little bit more true than the funness of the dirt where you could get a pebble here and get a bad hop.
That doesn't sound fun to me.
No. So it's true here. You're going to get hard shots, and you can take them because they're just going to come right to you. Just make sure your glove is in the right spot. Make sure your footwork is where it needs to be.
3-2. Slow roller right side. Romero to first. 1 out.
It's productive, though. It's exactly what you need in this situation. You don't need to score all of your runs right here in this situation. You just want to make sure you can chip away so that way you're not panicking in the last 2 innings, thinking you're down 3 runs. You'd rather be down 1 or 2. It's as good as a sacrifice.
Now Kowalik, who's 0 for 2. Ground ball, Kilfoyle looks the runner back, goes to first. Big time, out number 2 for the rookie.
Well done. That's exactly how you play it for Lexi Kilfoyle. Quick reactions, number 1. That ball is hit well. We were just talking about how quickly the ball moves on the turf when it's on the ground. She turns and checks the runner at second base right away. Presence of mind. She's not going great. Fire it over first base. Get the sure out. That's exactly how you need to play it.
Bubba Nichols, who watches ball 1. She's 2 for 2, a couple singles and an RBI for her.
I would kind of pitch around her right here. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I'm going for the intentional walk, but I'm not serving up anything close.
Staying way inside to Bubba on those first 2 pitches to fall behind 2-0. Mia Davidson is on deck, so a lot of pop behind her. Davidson 0 for 1 with a strikeout and has been hit by a pitch. 2-0 to Bubba. That's on the handle. They went back inside and they retire Bubba Nichols for out number 3, a leadoff single, and then it's 1, 2, 3. 3 straight ground balls for Kilfoyle. 4-1. 4-inning win points on the line for Team Romero, who has scored in 3 straight innings now to lead Team Alexander. Well, don't miss year 2 of the AU Pro Games at the Little League Softball World Series presented by Dick's Sporting Goods in Greenville, North Carolina on August 7th at 5 and 7:30 Eastern on ESPN2. You do not want to miss this inspirational event. Today's stars competing in front of the Little League Softball athletes and fans. It was fantastic last year. It's not just the game. The players usually go out the day before and interact with the teams, and you would watch their games as well. But really cool event overall.
That's such a good partnership, and it's more important of a partnership to kind of help our sport wrap our arms around each other from, you know, the lowest level with Little League and the ones that are getting started and finding their love and passion for the game and learning things. And then, of course, the highest end of our game, which is the professional level in AU, and just kind of having those ends come together, especially in the summer where we don't have college, right? We're just waiting around. We're, you know, of course, the fall is a long, long wait for us softball fans. Football takes care of that, but this is a great time of the year for these 2 programs and both sides of our sport to come together as one, and everybody have a good time with it as well.
We're starting to see, and this hasn't been something in the last few years, but at regionals this year, I asked some of the players we got to meet with about their memories growing up of the Women's College World Series and regionals and supers, and they said, oh yeah, I remember, you know, being at practice during these times, and we had a TV on where we were keeping one eye on that game, and while we're getting ready, just something that, you know, maybe 20, 25 years ago, maybe even less than that, you would not have heard from these athletes.
It's so important. If you're a youngster out there, even if you're in the middle of a Little League season or you're out practicing with club, you need to be locked into these games. Of course, we're always saying you need to be watching the collegiate game because there's just so much of volume that you can access, especially now with ESPN Plus. Like, there's so many games that you can just pull up on your tablet, on your phone, but watching the game in its purest form is right here in front of us with AU. It's the best way to learn and get better.
Sierra Romero driving it into left field, her first base hit of the season. 10 points for her on the leaderboard and sets the table here in the 5th.
There's a little something after that with Sierra Romero. She was happy with herself, got to first base and was like, yes, this is a tough pitch to get to. Looking over to Sis in the dugout. That was not a bad pitch from Mariah in the circle, which is a great piece of hitting.
That was a really good off-speed pitch to Taylor Edwards for strike 1. For 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up. That is ripped into left field. Starting to time up Masson here. Back-to-back singles that direction. Right in the heart of this order, too. This is dangerous now for Team Alexander. They don't want to let this one slip away. Almost 81 miles per hour off the bat of Taylor Edwards right there. Conversation with Mia Davidson and Masson. There's the rookie from Alabama, Kayla Beaver. From Jackson, Tennessee, getting loose in the bullpen right now for Team Alexander. Still some exciting rookie debuts to see this year.
Oh, yeah. Val Cagle, the overall #1 draft pick.
Cagle and Skylar Wallace are both on Team Denim. So you've got the USA Softball National Player of the Year in 2023, Cagle, and the NFCA National Player of the Year in 2023, Skylar Wallace, both on the same roster.
Yeah, 15 rookies this season. I think that's the most since 2020.
It's a good class, too.
Yeah. You can kind of feel the veterans as well. Everyone we've talked to has kind of touched on the talent that the rookie class is bringing in.
Won't be able to get 2. Wiz advances Romero to 3rd, and she will stay on first base on the fielder's choice. The 3rd straight inning that Team Romero has gotten the first 2 runners on base.
This is definitely just a defensive timeout, 1st and 3rd situation. It is opening day, so you want to make sure that you have your plays and signs, however you want to do it. Everyone's on the same page. Do you want to go for the out at second base? Do you want to kind of protect the runner at 3rd, make sure she doesn't score? So quick timeout. There's no reason not to. Let's make sure we all know exactly what the play is going to be.
What's the toughest part of the communication here? Like, what would be the toughest thing to make sure you don't mess up?
With the 1st and 3rd?
No, with just in general, the AU model, no head coach.
I think, honestly, a situation like this, the 1st and 3rds are really tough. And if you've played college ball, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You will spend 20 to 30 minutes at least every practice working on 1st and 3rds. And how many times do we see them happen in a game? Well, not very often. But if Wiz decides to go here at first base, there's just a lot of different ways the throw could go.
Dangerous bat at the plate, and Rachel Garcia, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. She had 800 stat points last season. That's an AU record, but she was the first player to lead in stat points and not win. Finished 4th in the championship season. This gets away from Davidson, and the run's going to score. 5-1, Team Romero.
That's a huge insurance run. I feel like there's a big difference between 3 runs and 4 runs. As the innings are dwindling on here in the night, this ball is a drop on the inside part of the plate, and it almost just looks like it gets away from Mia. A little bit of a mix up there. It looks like maybe she was expecting something off speed.
Go down as a pass ball as they get strike 1 against Garcia to make it 3-1. Fourth straight inning win for Team Romero. We've had no rollover points in this game. We had 60 rollover inning points in the first game. No runs through 5.5 innings. But tonight, had a run in every inning. Three-two to Garcia. Swings through it, 2 away.
Nice bounce back there from Mariah going to the drop ball. A little bit of chaos on the base paths, and Rachel Garcia, everyone knows, one of the best hitters in the game. It's a big K.
Kelsey Stewart-Hunter swings through that. Little off balance right there. She's laughing about it, though. Off the handle right back to Masson, and that will do it. Fielder's choice, a strikeout and a ground out for Masson to get out of it, but an insurance run to make it 5-1, Team Romero.
The debut of Lexi Kilfoyle on opening day has not disappointed. This is a young lady that we all watched at Oklahoma State the last couple of seasons. One of the most dominant pitchers in the collegiate game. Well, how is she going to do when she gets to the professional level? Well, so far, so good. 4 strikeouts, a couple on the drop ball, a couple on the changeup. Just limiting the big innings. That's the biggest thing at this level. It's not how many strikeouts you can rack up or how many ground balls. It's just how much chaos can you limit. Only giving up the 1 run.
Yeah, he's retired 7 of the last 8. Mentioned it a couple innings ago, but it stands true. Has not given up any extra bases. 4 singles, a hit by pitch, and a walk. This is into center field and down in front of McClenny for another single. This time Mia Davidson, but they need it here. 6 outs to play with for Team Alexander, and that's a good start for Mia Davidson. Problem is they got the leadoff runner on last inning and then went 1, 2, 3 after that, all on ground balls.
I like the approach from Mia Davidson. We've seen the success of Lexi Kilfoyle. Change it up a little bit. See if you can get something on the barrel first pitch swinging. It's probably the best pitch that you're going to get.
Fisher takes strike 1. To fall behind 0-2. Just misses. Ball right side and no chance for 2. They just get Fisher, so basically a sacrifice there for Sam. There's 1 out. Our summer soccer schedule continues tomorrow. 3 more preseason friendlies. Chelsea Celtic at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on ABC from Notre Dame Stadium. Then on ESPN, Man City AC Milan from Yankee Stadium, and we'll cap the night Man United Arsenal from SoFi Stadium. All 3 matches available on ESPN Deportes and ESPN Plus in English and Spanish. Nadia Taylor, who had some clutch moments in Wichita earlier this summer at AUX. Runner in scoring position here, down 0-1 in the count to Kilfoyle. This is hit deep to left field. Caught up, though, and falls for Clark. The throw to third and almost got Davidson. Slides just under the tag.
It was a gutsy go from Mia Davidson. It looks like Team Romero is going to challenge the tag of Mia Davidson from second to third. Either way, close play here. Throw just a little bit high. That was the difference. If the throw's low or even a one hop, better chance to get her. It's your favorite player right there, Mackenzie Clark, right?
She's a stud. Made some outstanding plays defensively in Wichita. Interesting.
I like it. It's late in the game. If you can get the third out here, get Lexi Kilfoyle back into the dugout.
Challenging if Davidson left too early at second base here. I like this kind of challenge on a runner leaving early. I don't like the other version we saw in college softball this year.
I don't think anyone did. There's a great shot there with Haley McClenny, one of the all-time center fielders, with Mackenzie Clark, who is a center fielder
After further review, the
herself.
call at second base has been upheld. The runner is safe. That is Team Romero's first challenge.
All right. Yeah, clean.
I mean, if she waits a 1/10 of a second more, she's probably out at third. And Kaylee Harding came through, looking for her first hit of the championship season here on opening night. 0 for 2 at the plate. Davidson on third. Could be a big run to give them a chance in the 7th. Harding ahead 2-0. Hit pretty good, but tailing right at the right fielder Davidson for out number 3. And again, a leadoff single followed by 3 straight outs for Kilfoyle. Big night for the rookies for Team Romero. (5-1), great start for Team Romero today. Not going to have the chance to sweep the points, but definitely an opportunity to take a lot of them from Team Alexander. You can experience AU Pro Softball in person here in Rosemont, Illinois. Tomorrow, Little League Day featuring an AU Cooler Lunchbox giveaway for the first 250 fans. Go to auprosoftball.com to buy your tickets today. On the video board. Everybody's excited here in Rosemont.
Who doesn't love to be on the video board?
You ever been on like organically at an event that you were just watching?
Organically, no.
Okay.
No, but, you know.
So you knew somebody and you told them to put you on? Is that what?
Well, like being recognized with your team at Arizona. And one time went with my high school team when we won state, and you're at the baseball game or basketball game, and it's like the coolest thing in the world. Everyone's looking at you, but you're looking at yourself, so it's like Inception.
Here is Claire Davidson for the 3rd time. A double and a 2-run home run. She's driven in 3 total tonight. She keep it rolling. What a pro debut.
Well, look, between her and Lexi Kilfoyle, they're making us sound good. We've been talking about how much talent that this rookie class has in store, but I didn't expect to see this type of fireworks maybe on day 1, opening day. Claire Davidson, ACC Player of the Year. Lexi Kilfoyle on the other side, defensively. Pitcher of the Year in her conference. Showing out.
And they finally get Davidson out here to lead off the 6th. Kowalik makes the catch out in left field. Down to the 9-hole Mackenzie Clark, looking for her first base hit of this young season. ball to start things off. Masson really hammering the righties inside this Team Romero lineup.
It's definitely interesting to watch Mariah pitch alongside with Lexi on the other side, Kilfoyle, because they pitch almost identical. It's very, very similar the way that they attack hitters. They throw hard in the high 60s to 70s, but their go-to pitch is the drop ball. It's just how do they utilize it? Well, it's pretty much pitch for pitch. Like to go in tight on the hands, and we've seen so many little bleeders in the infield because these powerful hitters just can't get to it. And then you have that pitch, the money pitch, which is to set up everything on the inside part of the plate. It's exactly how they want to do it.
See if she can get Clark here. Down 1-2 in the count. Masson, 1 strikeout. Ground ball. Leach got to be quick.
Ooh,
Safe
yeah.
at first. Look at the speed from Mackenzie Clark.
You could feel it. There is no routine ground balls in the infield when Mackenzie Clark is running down the line. Right there. And I just love the fact that she rolls it over. It's not a good hit on her. We know how good she can hit it, and it's not a good hit for her, but who cares? I'm going to leg this thing out. I know my speed. I know my athleticism. I think she's safe.
Wicked fast, huge hops. She's a really good basketball player in high school. Her mom, Carrie, was a volleyball player at Jacksonville University. Ooh. Tie goes to the runner, right?
After further review, the call at first base has been upheld. The runner is safe. That is Team Alexander's first challenge.
The key is that the ball has to be in the back of the glove. So it looked like when her foot hit the base, the ball's right in the middle of the glove of Odyssey Alexander. It's not all the way back for the catch.
I'm glad I don't have to make those calls.
Me too. But live, I was safe all day.
Call over at first base by Robbie Guest as that's sent into right field. And so McClenny now on the board, the first hit of her final season. Back-to-back singles here for Team Romero, and the captain gets her opportunity to really put this out of reach. Sydney finished 6th in the championship season last year. She finished 6th in San Diego at AUX in 2022. The captain's chairs belong to the top 4 returning players from the previous season. So Sydney finished 6th. Her teammate Rachel Garcia finished 4th. She should have been a captain, but she wasn't back in time from playing with Team USA in Italy at the World Cup Finals, so she couldn't do the draft, so they went to the next player up, which was Sydney Romero. The first-time captain is off to a great start this weekend. And she's got her head coach from Oregon in town.
Yep. Her sister's on her team. Like, what else could you ask for?
This is outside, 2-1 to Romero. 2 national titles as a player at Oklahoma in 16 and 17, 2 as a GA in 21 and 22. Played for Mexico in the Tokyo Olympics. Up and over the press box. For 1, 2 walks for Sydney Romero tonight. It's a slow roller, Masson to first. Awkward there for Odyssey Alexander, but off her athleticism to make the play for out number 2.
Just a little awkward, but keep your foot on the base. Played first base when she was at James Madison when she wasn't in the circle.
Last chance for Team Romero here in the bottom of the 6th. Could collect 10 more inning win points. 2 runners in scoring position for Sierra Romero. Singled and scored to lead off the 5th. Ground ball left side, Fisher has it, and that'll do it for the 6th. Team Alexander coming to the plate, down 4 as we go to the 7th. Wrapping up the perfect night in Rosemont, Illinois. Opening day of the 2024 Athletes Unlimited Championship season. 5-1, Team Romero leading Team Alexander, looking for a 0 to take home all but 10 of the possible win points in this game. In front of what is still a great crowd here in Rosemont. And it's Lexi Kilfoyle, the rookie from Oklahoma State, trying to finish off what has been a spectacular professional debut in the circle. Has given up leadoff singles each of the last 2 innings, but has then proceeded to go 1-2-3 to strand those runners. There were only 3 complete games all of last season. In 30 games, there were only 3 complete games. 2 of them belonged to Megan Faremo. 1 of them belonged to our star in the stands from earlier tonight, Georgina Korick, who, like you said, we'll probably see her tomorrow. Kilfoyle flipped to first, and she retires Odyssey Alexander. 1 out. Hey, we're back tomorrow, 3 o'clock and 5:30 Eastern. Another doubleheader over on ESPN Plus. Team Romero and Team Denham. So potentially your 2 winning teams facing off on day 2. And Team Speckis and Team Alexander looking to right the ship tomorrow after disappointing nights tonight, barring a pretty substantial comeback here in the 7th. This is the first time we've had rollover inning points in this game after 0s in the 6th. Sydney McKinney now with 1 away. Fouls that back. Biggest standout from night number 1 of the season for you?
I'm gonna go Kilfoyle right here in front of us. This is a rookie making her debut. Pitch number 100, and when you're going the distance, full 7 innings, if your pitch count is right there, that's, I mean, at this level, it's phenomenal. And you look at what she's been able to do, 10 ground ball outs, working the drop ball. She's also had 5 flyouts, so mixing it up a little bit. Hasn't used a changeup a ton, but it's been effective when she has thrown it. It's been all at the right times. How confident does she look out there? She just looks so comfortable.
She was the first overall pick in the draft by Sydney Romero. Garcia was the 2nd pick for Team Romero, and then Sierra joining her sister with the 3rd round pick. McKinney stays alive off the end of the bat.
There's already been a couple of, you know, big moments that standing out to me. You think of the Claire Davidson 2-run bomb, KJ Harshman going yard, the combo of the Arizona Wildcats, Taylor McClellan and Alyssa Denham, the 1-2 punch for the shutout. We are back, baby. We are rolling. Highlights are already here. They're rolling in.
Two-two, McKinney not going quietly against Kilfoyle. Hit up the middle, base hit with 1 away. Even 1 run in the 7th inning, and we would play the bottom half regardless of the score because the inning win points would be up for grabs. So still important for Team Romero to close this one out with a 0 so they don't have to respond in the bottom half. Top of the order, though, Aubrey Leach at the plate. 1-0.
I think I would really hate pitching to Aubrey Leach. She just always looks like she's up to something. Like, how do you play her? We've seen how hard she can hit it when she swings away. She can soft slap, drag bunt. And she's just so stealthy up there. You can watch her eyes. She's reading the field. And those hitters are always the most frustrating as a pitcher. Because, of course, you're thinking about how we're going to defend you and how we're going to be shaded in the infield. But then also, how am I approaching you? Am I going inside, going change up?
Chopper, Kilfoyle. You can hear the one shouts from her infield. And they do get out number 2. McKinney up to second base, though. It all comes down to Kayla Kowalik. Plenty of speed at second, so anything in the green turf, almost said grass, saved myself there. Anything in the outfield should score McKinney.
I'd still say grass. It's grass. It's fake grass. It's the kind of grass that we have in Arizona.
Okay. At least you don't have to do yard work.
It's very true. No lawnmowers down there.
Yeah. Kilfoyle back-to-back batters. She's fallen behind 2-0. 1 out for the complete game. Into center field, McClenny under it, and this should do it. What a performance from the rookie, Lexi Kilfoyle. A complete game, 1-run victory in her professional debut.
This is a nice moment here for the rookie. You can see her teammates just pump for her, and they should be. Look at the line, 1 run, 1 walk, only 4 strikeouts, 11 ground ball outs, and the pitch count just over 100 pitches. This is what everybody wants to see. We want to see the best players coming out of our college game and see how they translate to the next level. One of the best to do it at Oklahoma State, and I don't know if maybe she rested or just kept pitching, but she looks just like she was pitching in the collegiate level.
What a start for the rookies. Claire Davidson, too, a double, a 2-run home run. Big night for Team Romero and Team Denham as they open the season with wins. Well, for Kenzie Fowler, Savannah Collins, our producer Casey Carter, director Aaron Angel, our stat guru Rob Geese, I'm Chucky Kemp. What a start to the 2024 championship season, and we are back at 3 Eastern tomorrow.